Tough news out of Eugene, Oregon. Evan Stewart looks to have potentially, per Pete Nakos, torn his patellar tendon this week. Right now, tests still ongoing. Timetable TBD. So as this progresses, we'll have more information for you on this channel. But what does it mean for Oregon? What overall are you feeling if you're an Oregon fan today outside of, gosh dang it, this sucks? We'll talk about it right now. First things first, though, make sure you are subscribed. College football year-round on this channel, the On3 YouTube channel, on this show, The Hard Count. Make sure you're locked in, Oregon fans. Hopefully some more good news for y'all on the horizon as it pertains to your football team on the field. But this is tough, man. Very, very tough. Kind of got some rumblings last night that this might be a reality. I'm going to read Pete Nakos' tweet word for word so there's no misunderstanding. But as of Friday morning, quote, Oregon wide receiver Evan Stewart is believed to have torn his patellar tendon this week. Multiple sources tell On3. Further tests are ongoing. The recovery time ranges from 3 to 12 months, depending on the severity of the injury, end quote. Again, go look up the story from Pete Nakos at on3.com to break that thing down. But, yeah, this is tough. And it's especially tough because you're an Oregon fan outside of the Evan Stewart, potential he was going to have on the field. Like, he was supposed to be your guy. Like, you hurt for Evan Stewart because it was supposed to be his year. He came back for another season to go be wide receiver one for this football team. Tez Johnson gone to the league. Evan Stewart was going to be playing a lot more in the slot, which was perceived to be more of a fit for him and his skill set. And also, he was going to be your safety experience blanket for a new starting quarterback in Dante Moore. And now you look around your room, and there's a lot of talent that has to step up, but it wasn't the same level of production that you were bringing back. Evan Stewart was your leading receiver back from a season ago for the Oregon Ducks. So you hate this for Evan Stewart. Can only imagine how he's feeling today. You hope that the recovery, as the tests are ongoing now, is a lot closer to 3 months than 12 months. But the question, I guess, would also be, even if he is going to get back at some point this season, if that ends up being the case, what percent of Evan Stewart are you able to get on the football field? So hate this for him, hate this for Oregon. Obviously, thoughts and prayers with Evan Stewart today as we're hoping he can get back on the football field this season and hopefully back on the football field in the not-too-distant future, but hate this for Oregon. But as you turn the page here as an Oregon Duck fan, you look up, you say, okay, well, what's next? What I said a second ago is still true. You still have a lot of talent in this receiver room, a lot of guys with 5 stars next to their name. DeCorian Moore made waves throughout the course of the spring. Have to ask more from him. Jurion Dickey, 5-star guy as well. Have to ask more from him. Kenyon Sadiq, we're extremely, extremely high on at the tight end position. Got to ask more from him. So I think the thought I arrive at if I'm talking about Oregon here in 2025, and what I think we're going to learn about them, this is another filter to how Dan Lanning has built this roster into how Will Stein can adapt his offense. Because Will Stein's one of the best offensive coordinators in college football today, mic drop. I didn't say best young coordinators. I didn't say best play caller right now in the Big Ten. Like, one of the best offensive coordinators, period. And so what great play callers and great OCs do, they're able to adapt to their personnel. Unfortunately, injuries are a part of the game. You hate it, but it's part of the game. And so for Will Stein now, how can you elevate a young freshman into Corian Moore? How can you elevate a Sadiq or Jurion Dickey to be able to make up for what you're losing, potentially, in an Evan Stewart for an extended period of time? Speaking of Dan Lanning's roster, what I just said a second ago, they've stacked top 10 classes in Eugene for some time. And we talk about what 2025 is going to look like for the Ducks. This is kind of that air now, we've said it a few times, where they're in a spot now where they're no longer like rebuilding, which is kind of a cliche, but it truly is a reload for Oregon. Like they've earned the right now to have high expectations because of how they've recruited. And so that shouldn't change now because of injuries. And you think about those Kirby teams, those Saban teams at Alabama, they experienced injuries as well, but it wasn't like we said, well, they lost their starting receiver. Oh, well, Alabama's cooked. Oh, well, Georgia must be cooked. They lost George Pickens for an extended period of time. No, you said, okay, that's tough, but that talent in that room now has got to mature quickly, and they've earned the right to have that talent step up now, and they've earned the right to still have the expectations of going and competing for conference titles, national titles, and all that alike. So, again, we hate this for Evan Stewart, man, hoping he gets better soon, hope he's able to be back on the football field. But the task for Oregon still, nobody's saying, well, I don't know if they're a national title team anymore. I don't know if they're a team that can, win the Big Ten again in 2025. The standard is what the standard was before this news broke. And if you're an Oregon fan, I don't think you feel like you have to lower your expectations now with the loss of Evan Stewart. So, again, hate this for Evan Stewart. But Oregon fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section as it pertains to how you're feeling about your Ducks in 2025, specifically at the wide receiver position. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. For Caden Smith on the ones and twos, myself, JD PicKell, we will keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.